It's time for the Pat Narduzzi Show. Brought to you by GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community service since 1892. Air Pro Heating and Cooling. Call someone you know. Call Air Pro. The Pat Narduzzi Show is on the Panther Radio Network.
From the Indigo Hotel on Technology Drive next to the campus of the great University of Pittsburgh, welcome to the Pat Narduzzi Show. I'm Larry Richard with Chris Pickle, 97 head football coach Pat Narduzzi. Coach, congratulations, 1-0 again last week.
1-0, working on the next, working on Cal.
It's funny being on the field after the game when the players went over to greet the fans that came down to Chapel Hill. First two players that saw that I was taking the video wanted to know. I said, oh, Coach Narduzzi's got them locked in. Yeah, it must have felt good. It was a great football game and a chance to win your fifth in a row, and also the first time a Pitt team has won in North Carolina there, so congratulations.
Yeah, it was good to get that monkey off the back, and ACC wins, are always hard on the road. It's hard. Wins are hard, and our kids have, just continue to compete and get better every day. I mean, they practice, the way you're supposed to practice every day. It's a mature group, and I think they're excited, and it's one at a time.
Yeah, it's a great way to start ACC conference action. And this weekend, you got a new comer to the ACC in California. A lot of intrigue about them coming here. First time in almost 60 years that Pitt and California play. I watched their game when we got home. They played the late game against Miami, and they were up big, 25 points, and then Miami stormed back to steal one from them. So they're going to be wounded bears coming to Acrisure.
Yeah, they're a good football team. You put the tape on. Miami woke up in the fourth quarter, I think. But they've got speed all over the field. I've been really impressed watching them on tape. They're simple in what they do. They're well coached. Justin Wilcox does a great job. So it's a well coached football team that's coming in here.
Overall, watching the game on Saturday, some of the big takeaways, those fourth down stops on defense, they were game changers.
They really were. I mean, you stop people in the red zone, whether it's the last one where Kyle Lewis gets a sack and ends a 2-minute drive, even though it was a two-score 2-minute drill. It was impressive. That 4th and 1 down inside the 20-yard line was gigantic. And again, you think about someone having to get this far. They had to get, 2 feet and couldn't get it on our defense, and they stepped up when they needed to. Yeah,
that was really big. And, of course, your quarterback, I'll tell you, Eli Holstein has been so fun to watch. He's getting all this national attention. We'll talk about the details of his awards, but overall, his play, he keeps getting better and better every week. This may have been overall the cleanest game he's played.
Clean. It was that one early
I don't know what you're talking about.
Forgot about that one. Anytime you throw one of them, that's not good. But, I kept them. They gave them hope early. We talked about putting them out, but gave them a little bit of hope early. But our kids fought back. I mean, and again, for him to throw a pick six and then come back and do what he did the rest of the game, he wasn't fazed by it.
Yeah, and I think that's what's most impressive about him. Occasionally you're going to have a mistake, but it didn't detract from what he was able to continue to do the rest of the game. And it was back and forth, and then you guys were able to just break it over enough with the Ben Saul's field goal to get that 2-score lead.
No question. It was fun to watch, and I'm proud of our kids. I'm happy for them. I mean, this is something, they've talked about it being personal all year, and they've made it personal.
I think what's surprising is if someone was just reading, hey, ACC wide receiver of the week is Pitt's running back.
How about that?
That can't happen that often.
No doubt about it. I mean, you wonder, does he catch the ball in the backfield? Is he going to catch a swing route or a check down route or 5-yard out route? He's electric going vertical. He can do it all. He's a special athlete that can return punts. We saw him do that. I mean, he can do anything you want him to do. Defending our offense. It's almost like playing against 4 receivers and a tight end. In the passing game, it's almost like you have to treat everything like empty.
I'm thinking if I'm the defensive coordinator on the opposing team, how do you make adjustments? Because if he gets out just far enough to get something over the top, he could go all the way, and he almost did on one of those catch and runs too.
I mean, think about it. It's like 4 receivers and a tight end in the group, and a lot of people will go dime personnel. But you know what? You go dime, then you can't stop the run. So you're getting a mismatch with him on, everybody plays with 2 linebackers in the box. he's going to get a mismatch on somebody.
And another bonus for you is offensive coordinator Cade Bell, and the Panthers got back Rodney Hammond Jr. to add to your running back stable, and Daniel Carter the week before had a great game. So you've got 3 really reliable ball handlers.
No question about it. And, Rodney was probably a little rusty. He's gotten much better this week, just getting those, true reps when he knows he's going to go. I said last week he practiced Wednesday and Thursday. He really only practiced Thursday, but I didn't want, Mac Brown to know that. He really only had a Thursday, which is, we're out there in Shell. So he really didn't get a real practice. He's gotten 2 really good ones in this week, and having him and Daniel Carter as well as Desmond Reed in that backfield, I think is going to help us even more this week.
Well, it was a great win. Pitt in North Carolina, 34-24 the final. And when we come back, we'll talk about some of the weekly player awards, Coach Narduzzi and the staff. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pitt fans! Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Mac.bid is here. What is it? It's your place to save up to 80% off retail. But don't share this news, because you don't need the bidding competition. Neighbor wants to know where you got that new mower? Lie. Mom's admiring your new cookware? Fib. Your priest wants a new TV just like yours. Okay, maybe you tell your priest about Mac.bid, but don't tell anyone else. You need to become a deceiver, a teller of untruths, a fabricator of falsehoods, a spinner of yarns. Winning at Mac.bid is amazing. Competition stinks. Mac.bid is here. Tell no one.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
The 2-minute warning, the caution flag, the 4. At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of a helpful watch out. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the new financial watch out that gives you multiple options and at least 24 hours of extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. Available on all virtual wallet products. To learn more, visit pnc.com/Low Cash Mode. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
At Sarah's Candies, we make raising money for your group simple and sweet. With our chocolate bar and pretzel rod fundraisers, there are no minimums to get started, and you can earn up to 50% profit. Whether you're raising funds for a school, sports team, or even just yourself, we make it easy for groups of all sizes to succeed. Mention this ad when you order over the phone to earn 50% profit on your next order. Call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
Thanks to 850 community partners across an 11-county service area, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is working to eliminate hunger and stabilize lives across the Three Rivers region. We're committed to making sure all our neighbors have consistent access to healthy food, and we're connecting people to other critical services to address the root causes of food insecurity. To get help, volunteer, or donate today, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org or call 412-460-3663.
Back to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
23-yard pass play on 3rd and 9, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Play action fake. Holstein throws that pass down the field. It's caught on a dead run, and that is Poppy Williams for the 30-yard touchdown grab, and the Panthers surge back into the lead.
That's the voice of the Panthers, Bill Hillgrove, and what a great game to call. And speaking of awards, let's talk about your quarterback, Eli Holstein, for the 5th week in a row from the ACC. He had Rookie of the Week awards for the first 4, and this is his 2nd Quarterback of the Week award. He's also recognized with the Walter Camp Offensive Player of the Week, which is really big, the Manning Stars of the Week award, and also Davey Bryan award for Eli Holstein, the redshirt freshman transfer from Alabama. I love how they asked Nick Saban, the Pat McAfee show, about Eli Holstein. And he said, he looked at him like, yeah, I know he's good. I recruited him. So let's talk about the weekly player awards with Coach Pat Narduzzi. Players of the week.
Yeah, Players of the Week on special teams. We'll start off with our punter. I think it's the first time he's ever gotten it. You know, he was shaky a year ago, but, just think about the progress he's made. You talk about development. We talk a lot about development, throughout every position. But Caleb did a heck of a job at ACC grade. He had a 49-yard net punt. He's placing the ball where we want it. His net punt is up. His average is up. He's playing really, really well. We got to keep him consistent as we move through the ACC. Hard to choose on defense, so it was a tough one. Yeah, well, defensively it was Javon McIntyre. It was pretty easy for us. Javon didn't play great against Youngstown. He had a busted coverage on one of their TDs. He made the right call and played the wrong defense. Maybe he wasn't as locked in for Youngstown, but my gosh, he was locked into this game. He had a winning grade, 7.5 tackles at TFL, and 2 really nice PBUs. One was on a 4th down as well. Javon played outstanding, and we're happy with what he's doing. All right, on offense? Offense, that number 0, Desmond Reed. He's explosive, in the backfield. 18 carries, 55 yards, 11 receptions at 155 in the TD. That diving TD to get in the end zone again, just one of those plays that a lot of guys can't make. I mean, they thought they reviewed it to see if his knee was down. The dude's laid out 3 inches off the ground with the ball on the pylon. I mean, there's a great photograph of him actually horizontal above the turf with the ball extended. I mean, some guys will drop their knee and be down before they get it across, but this guy, just laid out perfectly and got it done. So, he's special. And then offensive lineman of the week, I asked you about the progress you felt your offensive line was making, and you seemed pretty happy with what was going on. So how do you pick Ryan Baer? They just keep getting better every week, speaking of that offensive line. But Ryan Baer had, he had the player, the lineman of the week award, 88% grade, which is, on the offensive line, it's a pretty high grade with 4 pancakes, when he's putting someone on his back. He's playing at a high level, as well as Branson on the other side and those guys inside. I mean, it takes all 5 of those guys playing in unison to get it done. But, really happy for Ryan. I think that's his first award as well, being a player of the week. Unsung heroes. Unsung hero, special teams, the guy you might not notice. You look at the kicker and Ben Sauls and all that, and his clutch field goal at the end. But, I'm going to call him, what's his name? You tell me his name. Upa. I got Upa. Well, go ahead, you give it to me. I like it. Upa's good with me, too. Upa, transfer from the University of Connecticut. He's from San Diego, California. We brought him in. He had an ACC grade. Again, his snaps were perfect on punt, and he had a big-time tackle inside the 10-yard line. And we made it personal for our punt team because their punt returner, Guzzi, returned one to the house a year ago at our place. So our goal was to give him 0 punt return yards. I think he might have had 3 or 4. He ran out of bounds one time, didn't want any part of getting hit. But Upa had a nice tackle inside the 10-yard line, which, it's nice to start inside the 10-yard line as a defense. Unsung hero on defense? Unsung heroes, Isaiah Neal, a.k.a. the Ghost. They call him the Ghost, winning grade, 2 tackles, quarterback hit, but I believe both his tackles were on screenplays. This kid had a motor. He does a great job at sniffing things out. He's a great athlete, and he's kind of a D tackle / D end. He's really athletic, twitchy. He's not as big as we want him to get yet. We're going to, should have brought him here for some snacks today to put some weight on because it looks like we got some great meals here today. But we're happy with Ghost and what he's done so far. And that was one of your keys. Carolina was pretty successful throwing those screens, so you blew them up a number of times. All right, on offense, unsung hero. Unsung hero is C.J. Lee, transfer from Western Carolina with a winning grade, 4 receptions, 38 yards, and also a TD for him. And again, he's just, I've been impressed not only with C.J. and the rest of those receivers, they're just catching the ball. I mean, they're doing a good job. Wherever that ball is, they're coming down with it, and it's exciting to watch those guys play. Defensive attack force player of the week. Donovan McMillan, Peters Township product, winning grade, 8.5 tackles, a PBU. He continues to just play steady every game. You know exactly what you're going to get. He practices like that every day. When you think about consistency, we've been happy with the way Donovan plays week in and week out.
Now, the Rocks Players of the Week, these are the players that give you the look for the team that you're facing every week.
Yeah, and again, the first two are from the same high school out there at York, PA. The first one, Special Teams Player of the Week, Thaddeus Shaw. Again, a big, tall, fast wide receiver. Does a nice job for us, not only on offense, but, again, he got the Special Teams Award there, just giving us the perfect look, whether it's on punt return, kickoff. He does a nice job.
And on offense?
On offense, we got Jewels Golf, tailback. He is 1 week from getting a splint off his hand and really being active. He broke a hand early in camp, and he's been practicing through it probably for the last 5 weeks. But he's got really good speed. I'm impressed. This guy's going to be a young, really good tailback for us, scholarship kid that has been really impressive.
And finally, the Rocks Player of the Week on defense
is Davin Bruton, South Jersey guy, really athletic. He's probably one of our more physical linebackers as freshman. He could play outside linebacker, but does a great job giving our offense a great look every week.
All right, when we come back, Coach's player this week is senior wide receiver Konata Mumpfield. Let's hear it for Konata being here today. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
You want a news source that delivers unrivaled football coverage? Then you want the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, because the Post-Gazette delivers football 24/7. High school, college, and the pros. Up to the minute, in-depth reports, scores and stats, matchups and highlights, breaking news, and breakout players. Exclusive coverage, online, in print, or on the go. So for football and all the news that impacts our region, the Post-Gazette delivers what matters most.
Hey Pitt fans, as the official credit union of the Pitt Panthers, Clearview Federal Credit Union is here to help you reach all your financial goals. Clearview wants to help you score big financially, whether you need to save, spend, borrow, or learn, they're here to help. Get easy access to your money from anywhere using their digital banking featuring Zelle, Clearview Live Video Banking, over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and financial centers throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/Panthers to learn more and open an account today. Hail to Pitt.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Panthers.
Making the right call requires speed and accuracy.
I've got your result right here, Mrs. Johnson.
Siemens Healthineers provides laboratories with fast and accurate test results when and where they're needed. From the world's largest hospital systems to care centers here in the Berg and across Western Pennsylvania, Siemens Healthineers helps labs tackle the toughest challenges.
Icy Light is the official beer of getting up early. It's the official beer of rallying the troops. The official beer of turning a 3-hour game into an all-day affair. The official beer of, did you just see that? The official beer of rising and cheering in unison for every season-defining moment. Icy Light, the official beer of your Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's raise another.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Gets the snap, play action fake. He's back, throws it down the field. Wide open for the grab is Konata Mumpfield, and that's a score from 37 out. He did the play action fake. Cincinnati bit, and he beat star linebacker Miller to the pylon. 4th and 2 and a touchdown for the Panthers, and we got a ball game.
Let's hear it for Konata Mumpfield, the senior wide receiver. Coach Narduzzi, special guest, and that's just one of the many great catches you have made this year. Welcome to Coach's show. Do you feel the pressure?
Not as much. The first time I felt a little bit more pressure, but second time,
you're a pro.
I just heard you were on the ACC network, yeah?
Yes, sir.
You and your fellow Panthers getting a lot of love around the nation. Are you feeling that?
Yeah, a little bit more. A little bit. You can say a little bit. I mean, we're not focused. We're not feeding into it or nothing like that, you know. Like he said, we come in to work. That's the way we got there. So, I mean, as long as we continue to work each and every day. So, I mean.
And the Panthers are ranked 22nd in the nation after going 5-0 in their first ACC win on the road. And now you welcome California. Did you watch the game against Miami when we got back from Chapel Hill Saturday night?
No, I'm not going to lie. I went straight to sleep, but I'm big on my sleep. I was tired, a little sore, but they're definitely a good team. That was an exciting game after watching the film and whatnot. So,
yeah, what did you see in California that maybe surprised you, or what you're going to be looking at as you face them Saturday at 3:30 at Acrisure?
I mean, their defense is definitely a tough defense. They fly around. They have good players all over the place. From their linebackers to the front, like the D-line and the defensive backs. I think they have 11 picks on a year. So I mean, that's in 6 games. That's a lot. So I mean, they're definitely a good defense for sure.
And also the fact that these two teams haven't played, so there's no real history for you. I mean, when you go into a game like this, none of that really matters. It's trying to do the matchups that you see that affect you directly, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really the same as playing anybody. You come in to practice, you look at who you got to go against, and you come in and you work. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter who the opponent is, how many times you played. I mean, as long as you stick to the platform, the plan, I feel like you can achieve what you want to achieve. So,
for me, what's most impressive about Konata Coach is the combat catches that you're able to make. How do you do that, and the focus that you have that you consistently come up with the football?
I mean, I guess I got to give that to God. It's a God-given ability. But, I mean, as I was younger, I mean, I always just kind of worked those type of things, hand-eye coordination. Even here when I'm with Alex Klein, I'm consistently working hand-eye coordination, catches with a weighted ball, things like that. Just tough catches in general because, I mean, you never know when you have to make those.
And your receiving team, your core, has been really terrific this year. You guys obviously are close-knit. I know you root for each other.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, we have a bunch of guys. We have a bunch of playmakers. And like you said, it's all close-knit. We all want to see each other win. You know what I'm saying? We all want to see each other be productive. And we have a chip on our shoulder for sure. So,
have you been working with that new receiver, Zero?
Oh, Dez? Yeah, Dez. Hey, he can do it all, man. He can do it all. We was just joking the other day. Shoot, he might as well be the receiver, But he's definitely explosive. He's fun. He's a playmaker for sure. So, and we love to have him. He's exciting to watch.
Yeah, and it's tough to cover him because a lot of times they're focused on you. And when they're focused on you and Eli can't get the ball to you, he's got some other targets to go to. But let's talk about your quarterback and what it's like to play with Eli Holstein.
I mean, it's great playing with Eli. He got some twang to him. He's a Southern boy. I feel like the Southern boys, have a little different swag to him.
Yeah?
What he call himself, the Baba Yaga, you know what I'm saying? So he got something to him. He's confident. He's a smart kid, and I love his attitude. The way he approaches each and every day. The way he leads the team. So I mean, I love playing the game with Eli for sure.
Yeah, you're from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that town you're from?
Houston.
Houston.
Mm-hmm. Houston. Yeah.
Wasn't there another Pitt player from Houston? I think we talked to you.
I don't know.
Maybe
There's only
close.
one player.
What?
Konata.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a lot of players from my county, Gwinnett, that's here, but no, I don't think anybody from Houston though.
Yeah, and Eli, as a quarterback, first to win his first 5 games since Dan Marino in 1979. It's a long time. Mm-hmm. He's been fun to watch, and the fact that he's young and you, one of the leaders on the team, he's kind of stepped into a leadership role that's really been surprising.
No, yeah, definitely, and that's also just a testament to the team too. I mean, even having a new quarterback, bring them in, and trusting just the game plan, and that starts with defense to offense, special teams. You trust the game plan. You go to work every day at practice, and good things happen. So,
and Curious what attracted you to Pitt. You transferred from Akron. That was January, 2.5 years ago now. What got you to the University of Pittsburgh? What did you like about what you see here?
One of the things what this offense kind of reminds me, I'm not going to say like the 2021 offense, but just it's exciting, you know, how explosive it is. I know 2021 year, I think it was like top 3 in offense or scoring offense, putting up 50 points a game. You know, it was exciting to watch, you know. Fun, and definitely when I got here in the spring, just that group, you know, everybody wanted to be a pro. I really love that because that's one of my goals, and just the way people carried each other, the relationships, you know, all of it. So.
And what could you say about your offensive coordinator, Cade Bell? I love the fact that he's on the field. Do you prefer offensive coordinator on the field?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, just because and two, he's very relatable. I love Cade, you know. When he's on the field like that, you can – I mean, obviously we have the iPads now, but once you're seeing something, you can go and communicate to him and tell him what you're seeing and, like, how they might be playing and different things like that. So, I mean, yeah, I love Cade. You know, I love the energy he brings. He's competitive just like us, you know. He has that chip on his shoulder, and we carry that same chip. So, I mean, I love what he's doing, and his offense is fun to play in. So.
Yeah, his energy on the field reminds me of somebody else.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Camp was crazy. We was going at it. Like, we going at it. We talking trash. You know, we trying to kill the defense trying to kill us. You know, it's a good time, but that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be competitive.
Share with the fans here at the Indigo Hotel, by the way, we appreciate the Panthers support they have with the boosters here today, the Panthers Club. So give yourselves a round of applause. They'll all be at Acrisure at 3:30 on Saturday. The one big difference on the sideline, explain for the fans, though, how you guys now have the use of iPads and how that works for you as a player.
Oh, yeah. I mean, basically just like how you will watch film on a regular Sunday after the game, we have iPads now to where like after the play, you can directly come back and see, or the couple of plays that you had that drive and you're off on defense, you can go back and watch those plays to see what type of coverages they're playing, techniques they're playing, you know, blitzes, stunts, so that way we can make adjustments on the fly.
And you have. Very well. Let's hear it for Konata Mumpfield, number 9 Panthers fans, and we'll come back. We'll talk more about what you do off the field and your thoughts about being in Pittsburgh. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show and the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Icy Light is the official beer of getting up early. It's the official beer of rallying the troops. The official beer of turning a 3-hour game into an all-day affair. The official beer of, did you just see that? The official beer of rising and cheering in unison for every season-defining moment. Icy Light, the official beer of your Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's raise another.
Play in the field is under further review.
Making the right call requires speed and accuracy.
I've got your result right here, Mrs. Johnson.
Siemens Healthineers provides laboratories with fast and accurate test results when and where they're needed. From the world's largest hospital systems to care centers here in the Berg and across Western Pennsylvania, Siemens Healthineers helps labs tackle the toughest challenges.
Hey Pittsburgh, it's Cam Hayward. As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. Get started protecting the life you are building today at GBU.org.
GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Life insurance underwritten by GBU. This is a paid endorsement. Coverage is subject to approval and may not be available in all states.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone. Whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Panthers.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
3rd and goal. Snap. He's back. Throws you out to the left. Running for the pylon. And getting there. Touchdown, Panthers.
Yep. Desmond Reed.
Desmond Reed of all people. He got to the pylon.
Boy, I was standing right there, and Desmond went horizontal. And you talked about that photo they have of him where he's literally looks like Superman flying to that pylon for a Panther touchdown, which was absolutely crucial. Welcome back to the Pat Narduzzi Show. We're with senior wide receiver Konata Mumpfield, and you're anxious to get out of here, not because you don't love Coach, but you have a routine, and you're going to go catch balls.
Yes, sir. I told him earlier I didn't know if I can make it because
you can't tell Coach no.
I got to. It's
hey,
the
I
routine.
told him whatever you got to do.
I feel like for me, I want to be big. I'm big on consistency. I mean, if you want to be great, like that's how you be great is consistently doing your job. So I mean, I've been trying to get into a routine, or I've been in a routine to where I'm making sure on Monday I'm watching film with Klein. Tuesday I'm getting some extra work catching the ball, and then Wednesday I'm going in with Eli, getting some more catches, watching film, things like that, taking care of my body after. So.
Yeah, when you say taking care of your body, you're serious. I mean, about everything you do, everything you eat. Your sleep, you said, is really important, which I agree with.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't sleep, shoot, the way we practice, I don't know if I'll be able to make it if I wasn't sleeping. So, I definitely try to make sure my sleep is good, making sure my body's feeling good, cold tubbing, stretching, rolling out, just the little things so I can be the best version of myself. So.
Well, let's talk about Pittsburgh. Being in Pittsburgh, a Southern guy. I know you were in Akron for a little while, but what's your life in Pittsburgh been like?
I mean, I can't complain at all. I mean, I'm a city guy. I'm like 30 minutes right outside of Atlanta, so, I mean, I'm kind of used to the city. And I definitely like it. It's a very calm city, smooth city. You got good food. You got good sights, things to see, a lot of things to do. I mean, and I prefer definitely than being in the middle of nowhere or for sure, or like maybe Akron. So,
So restaurant-wise, or what types of food do you like when you have the chance to go off your very strict diet?
I don't have any like restaurants. I haven't been to like any restaurants. I kind of just like wings. I'm big on wings. Like when I'm back at home, I go to Waffle House and American Deli, and American Deli is like a wing place. So I just kind of order wings from KT's Fish and Chicken.
And who are your close friends on the team?
I mean, the receiver room is really close knit. I'm really close to Dede. I actually knew Dede in high school. We played 7-on-7 together. He was in the same county as me. Pop, CJ, me and Kenny are really close. That whole receiver room, and then obviously the whole team is close, to be honest with.
And you're a communications major. Clearly you communicate very well. The ACC network's always asking for you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, actually, I'm trying to get better. That's why I picked communication. I mean, in high school, I don't really say too much now, but like in high school, it was probably worse. I didn't really talk a lot. I didn't think my communication skills was really up to par, so it was something that I wanted to work on.
Well, I think you're doing well.
Thank you. I appreciate
keep that up. And I know you want to keep playing, but after football, do you have any idea, vision of what you want to do?
It's more like a fallback plan. I mean, like you said, after football, I want to play as long as possible. I mean, I want to be one of the greats, and hopefully it can be to where it's something like, when I'm just bored, I want to go in, maybe like get into sports broadcasting or, get into podcast, like things like that. So.
Well, I think you got a big future there too. And when you detach from football, what do you like to do? You go to music. You got
I'm very
shows
big
you watch, movies, games.
I'm very big on music. I play the game every now and then. I like going on walks, traveling, sightseeing. And then I just like doing events like with family and friends, whatever we can do to like have fun with each other, like maybe on a go-kart racing or bowling, just things like that.
Well, we enjoy watching you play, and we're all rooting for it. Konata Mumpfield.
Thank you.
Senior wide receiver, one of the leaders on this Pitt Panther team. Konata, thanks. We'll let you get to Eli, and you guys do what you do. We don't want to get into any way in your pattern, but appreciate you making time.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all for sure.
All right, when we come back, let's hear it. Pat Bostic will join us, former Pitt quarterback, and we'll break down this game. Pitt and California. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. I'm here with Joe Stefka from NSS Life. Joe, it's commonly known that NSS Life has a wide range of insurance products and high-yielding annuities that are among the industry's best.
You're right, Bill. In fact, our $50,000 youth term plan is only $50 per year. Just call for details.
Protecting and providing for your family. That's NSS Life.
NSS Life, where family matters.
I'm with Rocco Florio from Air Pro Heating and Cooling with great news.
Air Pro and Bryant are now offering the $1,000 rebate program. Buy a furnace, take $1,000 off. Add a central air conditioning system, take another $1,000 off. That's $2,000 savings.
Plus up to 60 months interest-free financing or low 3.9% interest subject to credit approval. So call someone you know. Call Air Pro Heating and Cooling at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The 2-minute warning, the caution flag, the 4. At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of a helpful watch out. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the new financial watch out that gives you multiple options and at least 24 hours of extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. Available on all virtual wallet products. To learn more, visit pnc.com/lowcashmode. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
Mac.bid is here. What is it? It's your place to save up to 80% off retail. But don't share this news, because you don't need the bidding competition. Neighbor wants to know where you got that new mower? Lie. Mom's admiring your new cookware? Fib. Your priest wants a new TV just like yours. Okay, maybe you tell your priest about Mac.bid, but don't tell anyone else. You need to become a deceiver, a teller of untruths, a fabricator of falsehoods, a spinner of yarns. Winning at Mac.bid is amazing. Competition stinks. Mac.bid is here. Tell no one.
Hey, Pitt fans! Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Back to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Holstein's going to run into the end zone for a Panther touchdown. Fittingly, Eli Holstein, who did most of the running for the Panthers in that drive, finishes it with a 2-yard.
That's the voice of the Panthers, Bill Hillgrove. Larry Richard with Coach Pat Narduzzi, and our scouting report with former Pitt quarterback, Senior Associate Athletic Director of Development, Major Gifts. Let's hear it for Pat Bostic here at the Indigo Hotel. Pat, a fun game to watch back and forth as a fan. You know, you were on the edge of your seat, but finally the Panthers able to separate themselves late in that fourth quarter and get a rare win. Well, the first win ever at Chapel Hill.
I was going to say it feels good to win down there. Usually we're leaving that going out of that tunnel out of the garage and going out to the right after a loss. It felt good to win, and I didn't love the back and forth part. I prefer it to just be fourth. But it was a fun game and a good win.
Well, what's impressive, I think, is no matter what happens, the Panthers are able to respond. And you have a confidence level as a fan like, we're never out of it.
Yeah, offensively, you throw a pick six, come back and keep scoring, and 4 fourth down stops. I don't know if I've ever seen that in the course of a game that was that close. I mean, obviously, games that are a wider margin, you see a lot of fourth down attempts, but in a game that close, to number of fourth and shorts to come up on the right end of that, those are turnovers. And I know they don't show up as turnovers, but they are absolutely turnovers in the course of a game. And, that's a kudos to the defense. And, yeah, you bend, but you don't break, and they certainly define that in that ball game.
And as a former quarterback, talk about Eli Holstein. Look at these numbers. They're gaudy.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. You can't argue with the numbers. You try to be critical, but every time you are, he just makes a play and does something. I think the decision-making's been really good. The kid made a really good play on the pick. Obviously, you can quibble with that back and forth, but I think the bounce-back ability is the most impressive thing, whether it's one play or a drive or a quarter or 2 quarters playing bad. He's able to flush it and come back and play well, and that type of amnesia is really important at that position. And for a young player in this world where social media is all over you and all those things, to be able to recycle and get back on the horse is that's really good stuff.
Well, he's getting all this media attention. You can't help that. I mean, you're playing well. This is the world we live in. It's social media. How do you not let that get to your head?
It's so insulated down there, Coach. I mean, you live in I know they get out of there and they go on their phones, and Konata says, you're getting some love, but you're not getting love every day in that facility. When you got to walk into a meeting room and I promise you this, you got to look at that pick six on film, and I dreaded that as a quarterback, going through that with the coaches. So they do a good job of checking them at the door, I think.
They get checked at the door. I tell you what, speaking of social media, probably should have brought it up. Mumpfield doesn't have Twitter, Instagram, none of that. He shut it down during the season, which
that's
really
helps those
smart.
guys.
Really
smart.
Yeah, we tried to talk to him about that, but I bet you there's a dozen. You wish there was 3 dozen.
It's hard, Coach. I mean,
I don't think you could ever shut it down, Larry. You're
we can't. It's part of my job. I mean,
well, you're just such a vibrant personality. I think that you want to make sure you get that out there for people.
I mean, even on the sidelines, the technology, I'm able to bring up stats in real time on my phone.
Yeah.
I mean, we're engaged because we have to, but it's smart for the players because they don't need to hear all that, good or bad. Just keep doing what you're doing and let the results dictate what people say, and it doesn't matter what they say either way.
It's all on film. That's all that matters. And
by the way, Konate's obviously a captain on the team, and it's important to know that the players choose the captain, so his team thinks a lot of him, and they certainly rise to the occasion for Eli as the quarterback. Let's talk about Desmond Reed before we flip to defense. What a threat. What a explosive player and fun to watch.
EJ, has a running back ever gotten receiver of the week before in the ACC? I don't think I've ever. You're supposed to know that stuff, Borghetti. Come on. It's fantastic. I mean, watching Cal's defense and how multiple they are, you have to wonder, how do you account for him in the run game, in the pass game, in the box, out of the box, moving him around? He's just a matchup nightmare. And then when he runs the ball, you can't see him. Like he's behind those big trees up front. It's proof that, those guys at lower level that maybe get overlooked literally and figuratively because of their stature can play at a high level. And you see guys on Sundays all the time. I was watching games this weekend, guys that are 5'7", 5'8". Darren Sproles was really good. I mean, this dude is very similar, and he's tough. I think we need to cut out some of the truck stick stuff he does on the sideline so we can keep him upright. But for the most part, he's just out there playing ball and doing it at a really high level and helping this team win.
And let's talk about the Panthers defense. Randy Bates, the defensive coordinator, I think has done an outstanding job with the team that he has in especially making adjustments at halftime, locking down. Coach Narduzzi and I were talking about the numbers in the fourth quarter for the defense. They're staggering. They really are.
They are, and I think, how about I wanted to ask you this. Defensive timeouts. What's your success rate after a timeout on defense? Do you know?
No. I hope we don't call many timeouts.
But you do a lot.
Defense.
If you have them at the end of a half and it's a third down or a fourth down, you use them. And there's a lot of talk about that with the Steelers game as well. And even for my money, what's the philosophy with that? Are you just trying to see what they're doing, or?
I mean, there's, when you're making those timeouts, it's either seeing what they're doing, you want to get a better call, you didn't like the call that you were in, you see them line up. I mean, there's all kinds. If you have time to call one at the end of second quarter or fourth quarter, you obviously want to use it when you can.
Those are real-time adjustments, though. And the second half ones, obviously, there's only so much you can call in a game. So when an offense runs something that's successful, obviously you want to put that in your mental file. Now they have the iPads, which are a godsend.
Yeah, and I'm glad Konata talked about how they utilize them. And obviously that's a new wrinkle in college football. The other is the 2-minute timeout. They don't call it the 2-minute warning.
Larry.
It's the 2-minute timeout. Semantics. It's exactly the same thing, though, right?
It is, but it's a fourth timeout when particularly on offense. If you're in a close game, you got to factor that stuff in.
It's on defense as well because it's if you're trying to get the ball back, you got 4 timeouts to you don't have to use that.
Either way, right?
Timeout.
Yep.
You get really 4 timeouts to get the ball back to your offense.
Yeah, it definitely adds to
He's
coaching
an offensive
strategy.
guy, as you can tell.
Yes,
just for the offense.
I can see that.
I'm just used to being down. I'm just used to being down.
All right, when we come back, Pat Bostic will break down the California Golden Bears as we get ready for action at Acrisure Stadium Saturday at 3:30. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show and the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pitt fans, as the official credit union of the Pitt Panthers, Clearview Federal Credit Union is here to help you reach all your financial goals. Clearview wants to help you score big financially, whether you need to save, spend, borrow, or learn, they're here to help. Get easy access to your money from anywhere using their digital banking featuring Zelle, Clearview Live Video Banking, over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and financial centers throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/Panthers to learn more and open an account today. Hail to Pitt.
You want a news source that delivers unrivaled football coverage? Then you want the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, because the Post-Gazette delivers football 24/7. High school, college, and the pros. Up to the minute, in-depth reports, scores and stats, matchups and highlights, breaking news, and breakout players. Exclusive coverage, online, in print, or on the go. So for football and all the news that impacts our region, the Post-Gazette delivers what matters most.
Thanks to 850 community partners across an 11-county service area, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is working to eliminate hunger and stabilize lives across the Three Rivers region. We're committed to making sure all our neighbors have consistent access to healthy food, and we're connecting people to other critical services to address the root causes of food insecurity. To get help, volunteer, or donate today, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org or call 412-460-3663.
At Sarah's Candies, we make raising money for your group simple and sweet. With our chocolate bar and pretzel rod fundraisers, there are no minimums to get started, and you can earn up to 50% profit. Whether you're raising funds for a school, sports team, or even just yourself, we make it easy for groups of all sizes to succeed. Mention this ad when you order over the phone to earn 50% profit on your next order. Call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
I'm with Rocco Florio of AirPro Heating and Cooling, a trusted HVAC company that carries quality Bryant products and serves the entire Pittsburgh area. Rocco, what's up on prices for furnaces and air conditioning equipment?
Larry, it's best for people to purchase now, as equipment prices are going up in the coming months. AirPro takes pride in our prices. We are lower than the competition and provide financing options and long warranties.
Call AirPro Heating and Cooling today at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Panthers.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
And chased out of the pocket is Criswell. And they sack! Man. The first sack of the game. Running up his back is star linebacker Kyle Lewis. And you can kiss this game goodbye.
We love it. Let's hear it for Bill Hillgrove calling that one. That was, you talk about a timely sack, Coach, right there to really shut the game down. And what a exclamation point to a great football game and a tremendous defensive performance, particularly in the fourth quarter.
No doubt. Hey, let's talk game day in the press box with Billy. You know, he's kind of just got Pitt now, right? I mean, it's just all Pitt. How much more energy does he have in the box compared to
more energy? I think he's adapted to the up-tempo offense. He's having fun.
Is he writing stuff down?
He's at times, yes. I told him, like, we got the iPads. They tell you the play, and he's like, I got to write it. It's like, can't teach the old dog too many new tricks, especially a dog as good as him.
51 seasons as the voice of the Panthers football team. Coming up on 56 for basketball. All right, here's what you need to know about the California Golden Bears and their matchup with Pitt. Brought to you by PNC Bank. Make today the day. So, Coach Bostic, how do you evaluate this Justin Wilcox coach team? They had a disappointing loss against Miami. They had it. What happened that the wheels came off and they lost that football game after being up 25?
It's really hard to be on the field for 92 plays on defense and only 52 plays on offense. Now, they had 4 plays of 50 yards or more passes, explosive passes, but they just ran out of gas. But I think this is the best team that Pitt's played to this point, top to bottom. I think it's the best team without a question. It's going to be beautiful Saturday. We need a great crowd there for this game to impact them. Obviously, they're coming across the coast. They've done it before, though. They did it at Florida State. They played at Auburn. So they're not unaccustomed to going and switching time zones. But this is a really important game before an open week against the best team that Pitt's played to this point. You watch the film, guys fly around, and they've been on the wrong end of a couple really close ball games that have come down to the wire. And Miami was certainly one of them. You can talk about the calls. You can talk about other things in that game, but it's a darn good team, and they're coming in here hungry.
And California is 3-2, now 0-2 in the ACC. Their last 2 games have been losses. That Miami was 39-38, and the Hurricanes beat them then, and then at Florida State. So they've lost to both Florida teams. And that, it's interesting in college football. So in that game, it was 14-9. And then, these explosive offenses back and forth. And in one game, they don't score. Just like we talked about, North Carolina gave up 70, a few weeks ago. And then they kind of got their act together. And, week to week, you're not 100% sure about what you're going to see. How does the Panther offense match up against their defense from what you saw in that game against Miami last Saturday?
Curious to see. They're really multiple on defense, fronts, blitzes, coverages. I was trying to get a bead. You got better access to TV copy and play clock. I don't think Miami's quite as quick to the ball as the Panthers will be. I'm curious to see how they get all that called in a short amount of time because they'll switch front, they'll switch personnel, they'll play 3 safeties, they'll play an extra corner, they'll play 2 down linemen, 2 rush ends, 3 down linemen, and play a 3-4 look. I mean, they're really multiple, and Coach Bell doesn't give you an opportunity to get that called very quickly. So that will be an interesting component of the game. But their personnel is really good. The 2 linebackers are really good players. 44, the rush end has 4.5 sacks, I think. I think both safeties can fly, and they got a corner with 5 picks on the year. So they kind of mix up zone and man, but impressed on how they play 3 deep coverage, and the corners can kind of look through number 1 and make plays on the quarterback. So you got to be good with your eyes. You got to identify what they're doing in coverage. But I do think the tempo of Pitt's offense will help to uncover a little bit of that. But it'll be an interesting cat and mouse game to watch.
And ironically, their quarterback is from Miami, Florida, in California.
Tough kid.
He's a big dude. He's a redshirt sophomore, 6'5", 225, Fernando Mendoza.
He got lit up a couple times against Miami. And like I said, they had 4 plays, 4 passes, I think, of 50-plus, and 2 were to tailbacks. And, Coach, those guys
can run.
They can really run.
Yeah.
25 can really run. So you got to
nickname is Jet.
Yeah,
that should tell you everything.
That kind of is appropriate.
All right, let's hear it for Pat Bostic. Thank you, partner. We're on the air at 1:30 with our network pregame show Saturday. It's Pitt and California at Acrisure Stadium. When we come back, some final thoughts with Coach Narduzzi on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pittsburgh, it's Cam Hayward. I know firsthand that an illness such as cancer can strike at any time, even when you're at the top of your game. If you are healthy and life is going your way now, this is the best time to get life insurance. You can get a policy with GBU Life that's affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you're building today at GBU.org.
GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Life insurance underwritten by GBU. This is a paid endorsement. Coverage is subject to approval and may not be available in all states.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, Pitt fans! Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Play in the field is under further review.
Making the right call requires speed and accuracy.
I've got your result right here, Mrs. Johnson.
Siemens Healthineers provides laboratories with fast and accurate test results when and where they're needed. From the world's largest hospital systems to care centers here in the Berg and across Western Pennsylvania, Siemens Healthineers helps labs tackle the toughest challenges.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. I'm here with Joe Stefka from NSS Life. Joe, it's commonly known that NSS Life has a wide range of insurance products and high-yielding annuities that are among the industry's best.
You're right, Bill. In fact, our $50,000 youth term plan is only $50 per year. Just call for details.
Protecting and providing for your family. That's NSS Life.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Thanks to 850 community partners across an 11-county service area, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is working to eliminate hunger and stabilize lives across the Three Rivers region. We're committed to making sure all our neighbors have consistent access to healthy food, and we're connecting people to other critical services to address the root causes of food insecurity. To get help, volunteer, or donate today, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org or call 412-460-3663.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Final thoughts. It's Pitt and California Saturday at 3:30 at Acrisure. Coach Narduzzi.
Hey, I know our team is excited, to bring California in here to Acrisure Stadium. We need the crowd to be loud. We need the Panther Pit to be out there. So if the Panther Pit's listen tonight, we need you guys to help us light that cathedral up Saturday night.
It's fun to watch. And, Coach, your team has been fun to watch. Let's hear it for head coach Pat Narduzzi. Coach, good luck against the Golden Bears.
Let's get one. Let's get 1-0 this week.
And California hasn't played a Pitt team since 1966. And it's been since 1963. California team has been in Pittsburgh. Looking forward to Saturday. Looks like Mother Nature is going to cooperate too. And let's hear it for our Panther fans gathered here. Panthers club that's supporting this effort each and every week. I know you guys are enjoying this too. And if the Panthers are able to win on Saturday, they'll already be bowl eligible, which is exciting. And just a programming note, no show next week. It will be on the following Monday when we get ready to host Syracuse on a Thursday night after that. We want to thank our executive producer, PJ Kamachick, Tom Catanzari producing here at the Indigo Hotel, Charlie Borges back in Master Control. Special thanks to Executive Associate Director of Media Relations, E.J. Borghetti. You've been listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.